Hi, I'm Mark Green with the Oklahoman in Washington. January 1st marks the 50th anniversary of Fidel Castro's regime in Cuba. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Well, not exactly. The Castro years have left Cuba poor, backward, and basically hopeless. Castro's health has been bad recently, raising the possibility he might soon pass from this world and dashing his doctor's predictions that he'd live to be at least 150. But then younger brother Raul Castro would simply take over. More of the same. For 47 years, the United States has tried to change the equation in Cuba with a blunt instrument, an economic embargo and other restrictions. But the strategy hasn't worked. The Castros are still there, running the Cuban economy and the country's way of life into the ground. A lot of people think the time has come for easing the embargo, if not halting it altogether. An influx of American trade and investment would bring a new world to the Cuban people, and momentum for real change would spring from the grassroots up, or so the argument goes. It makes sense. Isolating Cuba and its people economically hasn't hurt the Castros at all. Their people have gotten poorer, but the brothers and their friends are doing just fine. Now, embargo defenders say dropping it would make the regime even richer and more entrenched. Carlos Gutierrez, the current Secretary of Commerce, recently said there are good reasons 9 consecutive U.S. presidents have kept the embargo in place. That may be so, but I'm reminded of something my dad once told me about playing tennis. He was pretty good at it, me not so much. He said, when you're getting beat, try something different. It's true in sports, and maybe in international relations too. The United States-Cuba embargo hasn't worked. In terms of power, Castro has outlasted 8 of those 9 U.S. presidents Secretary Gutierrez mentioned, and he'll likely add number 9 in a few weeks when George W. Bush leaves office. Will Barack Obama keep the embargo? I think he should consider a new course, relaxing the embargo and seeing if the hope of prosperity and change can be cultivated from the ground up. It might not oust the Castros from power, but at least their people would start to see some economic benefit. And who knows? Maybe opening the door economically and embracing Cuba's people will set off a chain of events not even a couple of old communists can hold back.